All right, let's settle this once and for all. If you've ever gotten Java and JavaScript mixed up, you are in very, very good company. It's probably one of the biggest points of confusion in all of tech. But here's the spoiler. They have almost nothing to do with each other. And today, we're going to finally explain why. I love this quote because it just cuts right through the noise. Java is to JavaScript as car is to carpet. That's it. They share a few letters in their name, and that's where the similarities end. They were built for different purposes, they work in totally different ways. And the whole reason for the confusion? Well, it all goes back to a story from the very beginning of the web. To really get this, we have to rewind the clock. Let's go back to 1995. The internet was just starting to become a thing, but it was pretty static, Just pages of text and images. The race was on to make it more dynamic, more alive. So here's how it all went down in a single year. In May 95, this company, Sun Microsystems, releases Java, and it's a huge deal, this powerful language getting all kinds of attention. Then, just a few months later, Netscape, the company behind the biggest web browser at the time, creates this quick little language to make websites interactive. Its name, LiveScript. But then, they saw how much hype Java was getting. So, in a brilliant or maybe infamous marketing move, they decided to rename LiveScript to JavaScript, just to catch some of that Java buzz. And that's it. That's the entire reason for the confusing names. It was a marketing stunt. So yeah, that one marketing decision has caused decades of headaches, but the name is just the surface level stuff. The real difference, the one that truly matters, is deep down in how the code you write is actually understood and run by a computer. It's the engine under the hood. The most important difference is this. Java is a compiled language, and JavaScript is an interpreted language. Okay, what does that mean? Think of it like this. Compiling is like taking an entire book, translating it from English to French, and then giving the finished French book to someone to read. Interpreting is like having a live translator sitting next to you, translating each sentence one by one as you hear it. Let's see how that plays out. Okay, so with Java, you write your code, but before you can run it, you have to do an extra step. You run it through a compiler. This compiler translates your human-readable code into something called bytecode. Now, the magic here is that this bytecode can be run on any computer that has the Java Virtual Machine or JVM installed. This is where you get Java's famous motto, write once, run anywhere. JavaScript, totally different. You write the script, and that's it. There's no extra compilation step. The web browser itself, like Chrome or Firefox, reads your raw code and just runs it right there, line by line. This makes it super fast and easy to get things up and running on a web page, which is exactly what it was designed for. Here's another massive difference: how they handle data. Java is what we call statically typed. This means you have to be super explicit. When you create a variable, you have to declare exactly what kind of data it's going to hold. Is it a number? Is it a piece of text? A true or false value? Think of it like having very specific, clearly labeled boxes. You can only put apples in the apple box. It's rigid, sure, but it's also really safe and catches a lot of potential errors up front. And then you have JavaScript, which is dynamically typed. It's way more relaxed. You can just create a variable, put a number in it, and then later on decide to put text in that very same variable. The browser just figures it all out as the code is running. This gives you a ton of flexibility and can make writing code a lot faster, but it can also lead to some unexpected surprises and bugs down the road if you're not careful. So let's just quickly recap all those technical bits. For typing, Java is static, strict, and safe. JavaScript is dynamic, flexible, and fast. For execution, Java is compiled ahead of time while JavaScript is interpreted on the fly. And for their environment, Java runs on its own powerful Java virtual machine, while JavaScript basically lives inside your web browser. See? They're built from the ground up on totally different principles. Okay, enough of the technical stuff. Let's talk about where you actually encounter these languages in the real world, because the answer is pretty much everywhere. Java is an absolute beast. It's the workhorse behind huge, complex systems. The operating system on most Android phones? That's largely built with Java. The massive, secure, high-performance systems that run banks, major retail sites, and scientific computing grids? You bet that's often Java. It is built for reliability and scale. And when I say scale, I mean it. Check out this number, 3 billion. That's how many devices are estimated to run Java. It is one of the most widespread technologies on the entire planet. It's the invisible engine powering so much of our digital world, from your phone to your car to massive enterprise data centers. And then there's JavaScript. It is the undisputed king of the front-end web. I mean, anytime you click a button on a website and something happens without the page reloading, or you see a cool animation, or you fill out a form, that's JavaScript making it all happen. And now with tools like Node.js, it's even used on the back end too, making it incredibly versatile. And the data on this is just staggering. Look at this. Nearly 99% of all websites use JavaScript. It's not just a popular choice for the web, it is fundamental. It's as essential to a modern website as HTML and CSS. You simply can't have an interactive web experience without it. So, we've gone through the history, the tech, and the real-world uses. Let's bring it all home and land on the final, most important takeaway. If you remember literally just one thing from all of this, please let it be this. Java and JavaScript are not related. One is not a light version of the other. They are completely separate tools built by different people to solve different problems. That whole name thing was just a marketing trick from 1995. And here's the best way to think about it. Imagine you're building a skyscraper. Java is the serious, methodical architect who designs the steel foundation, the plumbing, the electrical grid, all the powerful, critical infrastructure that you never see, but absolutely rely on. JavaScript, that's the creative interior designer who comes in and makes the lobby beautiful, adds the interactive displays, and makes the whole experience engaging for people who walk in. Both are essential, but they have completely different jobs. So now you know. They're two totally distinct, incredibly powerful tools that have shaped the world we live in. One builds the rock-solid foundation, and the other creates the dynamic, beautiful experience on top. The only question left is, which world do you want to start building in?